Good morning, Madam District Director, fellow Toastmasters and guests. I'm Colonel Uday Jagavkar, Sergeant at Arms for today's meeting. I welcome you all to another excellent meeting of District 125. Before, there are some ground rules to be followed. Please put your audio on mute when you're not speaking. Please put your audio on and all sound-making devices on mute. Please try and keep the video as much time as possible so that the speaker gets to see your reaction. Please do not move in and out when your audio is on, when the speaker is speaking. Now I'll read out the club mission of District 125. We build new clubs and support all clubs in achieving the excellence. Now, before I hand you over to our Madam PQD, Sanjukta, a word about Sanjukta. She's a passionate Toastmaster and a zealous learner. Let me welcome distinguished Toastmaster Sanjukta with a thunderous applause. Over to you, DTM Sanjukta.
Thank you so much, Sergeant at Arms and Area Director Colonel Uday. Thank you for that short and crisp introduction. I purposefully gave that to save time. Thank you so much for joining on this town hall of District 125 from the PQD office. I'm sure it will be an eventful one with a lot of knowledge sharing happening. And of course, we'll be transparent and we'll be having a lot of fun throughout this 1.5 hours session. I would request earnestly to keep your videos on to make it more interactive for all of us. Now, without sparing any time of any other talk, I'll directly go to the agenda. For the first session, I would like to welcome our facilitator, who is a past district director. She has been in this fraternity for a long time, and her cauldron of knowledge is worth listening to and gaining from. And that's why I would like to hand over the stage to facilitate the session about Distinguished Club Program to past District Director, Distinguished Toastmaster, Mukta. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Program Quality Director Sanjukta. Today is a wonderful morning, energetic. And when Sanjukta said she's been in Toastmasters a long time, I was holding my breath to find out, is she going to give my age away? Thank you, Sanjukta, for not doing that. It's wonderful to be with everybody here on this great Saturday morning. All right, so Kanchan, before you share the screen, let me get a few words in as an introduction. And I'm going to request everybody, when you have an answer, and we are going to make this session interactive, when you have anything to say, just unmute yourself and answer, okay? So that we don't waste time, but we go on more efficiently and everybody learns in moments of enjoyment, Samir. So here we go. Let me begin by asking you, do you know what MOT stands for? MOT.
Yes, moments of truth. Moments of truth.
Moments of truth. Now, what do we learn in moments of truth?
We learn how as a club we are doing from the members who are attending our meetings.
Fantastic. We learn how we as a club are doing, and we learn our members, our guests well looked after. Do we do the right things? Do we follow the right patterns? And these moments of truth is a good indicator of our club's soft skills. How we behave with each other. Do we recognize somebody when they've got an award? Do we recognize somebody for bringing in members to our club? All the soft skills. But today I'm not going to talk about moments of truth. in case Sanjukta is a little nervous and wondering why I opened with Moments of Truth. Today, we are going to talk about the DCP. Now, anybody unmute and tell me, what does DCP stand for?
Distinguished Club Program.
Distinguished Club?
Club Program.
Program, fantastic. Distinguished Club Program. Now the DCP, or the Distinguished Club Program, is also another indicator like MOT, but this is more hardcore. So you have your software and hardware. I think the DCP is like the hardware. It actually tells you the performance of a club in terms of education, members, payments, something that you can monitor, something that you can put a number on. So the DCP is a hardcore indicator of how our club is doing. And like our Madam District Director and PQD over here would like, is for every club, every single club in our District 125 to be that distinguished club this year. So let's find out how we can go about it, what we need to do, and without pushing people, but yet monitoring them. So now, with a show of hands, all the presidents and VP education only, not ADs and district officers, show me with a raise of hands how many of you have worked on your club success plan. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, that's fantastic. So most of you have worked on your club success plan. So you already know the DCP program. You have already committed to doing well. And so maybe I should rest my case and go away because you already know how to do it. But let's carry on by learning the intricacy, by reaffirming to ourselves, our club members, and to the district how we can become a distinguished club this year in 2022-2023. So now I'm going to request Kanchan, my dear, to start the session, the PPT. Okay, so let's find out what the DCP program is. You have a distinguished club program, and in this program, there are 10 parameters or 10 points that we can score to become distinguished. Let's start, Kanchan. Okay, so here we have the Distinguished Club Program. Now this program, according to me, okay, according to TI, it's divided into 4 segments. I'll make it a little easier and divide it into 3 segments. The first will be the educational portion, the second will be the membership, and the third will be the training and the administrative part. So anybody unmute and tell me, how can we get our first DCP point? Anybody?
Levels completion in pathways.
Say that louder, Samir.
Levels completion in pathways.
Levels completion, but how specifically, what levels do we need to complete?
I would like to answer that. 4 level ones is
oh,
as
no,
1 point.
No ADs, no ADs. Oh, you're a president also.
Sorry.
No, Heshma, sorry, I just see that
Yeah,
you're
I'm a president
as well.
Yeah.
So tell me, Heshma.
Yeah, 4 level 1s, 2 level 2s.
Oh, no, one at a time, We're not in any hurry. We don't have a train to catch. So let's understand what it means. Thank you. So Kanchan, you can open up the first point. It is the completion of 4 level 1s. When your club has 4 members who complete their level 1, no matter what the path is, okay, it doesn't have to be from the same path. They are all pursuing different independent paths. So when they complete that first level, you get 1 DCP point for your club. I am sure that in the club success plan, you have already found out who are your 4 members who are going to contribute to this first DCP point. Space the program so that everybody is not rushed into completing it in March or April or May of next year. We're only in September. So make sure that they do it systematically, slowly, gradually, so that they get the maximum benefit of learning from this program of pathways. Seema is going to take us through that. So I'm not going to talk about any of the pathways thing. I just want you to know, plan it so that you have 4 persons ready to contribute to level 1. Next, now Heshma, not you, somebody else. What is the second DCP point we can get?
2 level 2s. Yeah. Sorry,
2
go ahead.
level 2s. Okay, so now after we have finished level 1s, obviously we move to level 2, and we need 2 persons who are going to commit, who are going to plan their projects and do those level 2s for the second DCP point. Please remember, DCP is not only about being on the scoreboard or being on the dashboard. It is about learning, improving yourself, and in the process, as a byproduct, you are contributing to your club's success and ultimately the district's success. So 2 level 2s. Now here, let me pause and ask a question. Can someone who has finished level 1, so I can see Priyanka on my screen. So Priyanka, if you have finished level 1 and have contributed to your club's DCP program, can you be a contributor in level 2?
In fact, this was something that we were also discussing. So I'm not sure, but if I understand correctly, the ones who have completed their number already reflects in the report. So I think that still remains. So if I do level 1 and level 2, I think it still get considered in both of those.
Fantastic. Yes, you as a member of the club can do level 1 and it will be counted towards the club's DCP point. You can also do level 2 and it will be counted towards the club DCP point. So some people are under the false idea that once they have contributed 1 level, they cannot contribute the next level to the club for earning the DCP point. So that is not true. You can certainly move up the ladder, move along your path so that every level you complete, you are a contributor not only to your personal growth, but also to the club's success. Next, we have 2 more level 2s. So those 4 people who started off with level 1s, 2 of them can do level 2. And if the other 2 also complete level 2, we will get our 3rd DCP points. But here I will pause and ask someone, does it mean that we only depend on 4 people in the club to pursue this DCP journey? Anybody can unmute and answer.
No.
Somebody new.
No, any member can participate as long as they have completed level 1. They can also complete level 2 and contribute to this award as well, this point as well.
Yes, thank you, Abhishek. That was good. Somebody who has contributed and done level 1 can do level 2. But it doesn't mean somebody might have done level 1 last year in the year 21-22. And this year in July, they might have started with level 2. So it doesn't mean that somebody who has done level 1, it has to be just this year. It can be they could have completed at any time and continue their journey and complete level 2. So now we have completed 3 DCP points for our club, and we are almost getting to that distinguished status. Okay, can somebody unmute and tell me what is level 4?
Yeah, 2 more awards on level 3.
Ah, perfect, fantastic. Naveen, excellent. We have got 2 more members need to complete level 3 and we will get our 4th DCP point. Once again, I will reiterate that those who finish the level 1 and level 2 can contribute to level 3, but as good presidents, as good VP education, we know we want to be distinguished, but we shouldn't just be pushing 4 and 5 members to offer all the educational awards to our club. Encourage everybody, because after all, being a Toastmaster is for the learning, and every one of us should be growing in this journey. Some of you might have seen a poster that D9 D125 very, very kindly put up yesterday, about me completing my 5th DTM. Now you may say, how did you ever do 5 DTMs? It was just in pursuit of learning more, of achieving more, not just for myself, but for contributing to all the clubs I belong to, for contributing to the district that I belong to. So it is a continuous learning, and one shouldn't stop. One should endeavor to keep on learning and keep on performing well. So 2 more level 3s, and we have our 4th DCP point. Let's move on. Anybody? 5th DCP point. Okay, it's already up. Somebody can read it. Nobody wants to read how we can get that 5th DCP point?
1 level 4, level 5, or DTM award.
Yes. Yes, thank you, Priyanka. So anybody who completes a level 4 or a level 5 or completes their DTM, anyone can contribute to the 5th DCP point of a club. And carry on, somebody tell us about the 6th DCP point.
One more member completes level 4, level 5 or DTM award.
Okay, thank you, Abhishek. So now we've had Abhishek, Naveen, Priyanka, super active and telling us all about the educational DCP point. I want our presidents and VP education to answer, be alert. I hope you have not gone to sleep. I hope you are not on your phones, because this is really an important session for you to contribute and for you to take back this information to your ExCom. Motivate your ExCom to do their part in contributing to the DCP program, and also to encourage your members to move ahead in their own journeys. So we have 6 possible DCP points that you can get for your clubs in this educational level. Can somebody very, very quickly read all 6 so that it becomes like a revision for us? You know something, if you wake me up in the middle of the night and ask me, what is the DCP program? I can just rattle it off in my sleep. And that's how it should be for all of you here today. You should know exactly what. So quickly, somebody who likes to read, please read the first 6 points in our educational level. Yes, Mayank.
Distinguished Club Program Education points. Number 1, 4 level 1 awards achieved. Number 2, 2 level 2 awards achieved. Number 3, 2 more level 2 awards achieved. Number 4, 2 level 3 awards achieved. Number 5, 1 level 4, level 5 or DTM award achieved. Number 6, 1 more level 4, level 5 or DTM award achieved.
Thank you so much. So here we are. We know how we can achieve 6 DCP points in education. Now, we've got a lot of VP education present here in our group today. Does this responsibility lie solely with the VP education? Anybody? Does this responsibility of ensuring these 6 points lie only with the VP education?
No.
No.
No. Okay. Barbaj, good to see you today. Thank you. And he emphatically says no, because he's VP education. He doesn't want the whole burden on himself to get these 6 DCP points. So please continue and answer. What will you do to encourage your club attaining these 6 points? You're on mute.
Okay, as VP Education, I will follow up with all the members, check where their state levels are and push them ahead.
Okay, thank you. Don't push them, encourage them, be gentle, motivate them to take on the next level. Yes, but you know exactly what you have to do. And so VP Educations, you really need to plan. You really need to have the pulse of your members and find out where they have reached. Why are they not doing their next speech? What is holding them back? Give somebody from your club assistance, mentorship, so that they feel encouraged to carry on. And once they've had a long break in their education, but come back and give a speech, that works as an impetus for them to carry on and move forward. So these are our 6 education. Next, 7 and 8 DCP points relates to membership. So we may not have VP memberships here today, but I'm sure the presidents will relay this message. Next, Kanchan. Who can tell me what is the 7th DCP point relating to membership?
Add at least 5 new members.
Yes. Okay, Jeet, you're very close to that. We need to add 4 new members to get 1 DCP point. Thanks, Jeet. Thank you. 4 new, dual, or reinstated members. So you can get a brand new member who has never been a Toastmaster. That person would be considered as a new member. Dual is somebody who already belongs to a club as a Toastmaster and wants to expand their knowledge, wants to expand their experience, and says, wow, Jeet, I know people can't join your club, Jeet, because you're with STL, which is a corporate club. But okay, let's take Northwest. Somebody who is in STL says, oh, I think Northwest is pretty good. They've got a large membership. Maybe I will get additional learning and experience in Northwest. And so they join Northwest as well. That makes them a dual member. And reinstated member is somebody who has left our Toastmasters fraternity, taken a break for some reason or the other, and comes back to Toastmasters and gets reinstated. So if you have a new member, a dual member, or a reinstated member, they will be counted as 4 additional members to your club, and you get 1 DCP point. What is point number 8? What is DCP point number 8? Anyone?
Another 4 new members.
Yeah, fantastic. Today, STL is like up and alive and busy with all the answers. 4 more new members or dual members or reinstated members will give you that additional membership point, which is our 8th DCP point. Let's move on to the administrative points, which is point number 9, and training and administration, which is point number 9 and 10. Now, this is a little difficult to understand. It is the easiest to do, but for some reason, people miss out on this because the information is not clear. So let's take up point number 9. Let's open it up, please. Now, in point number 9, you need a minimum of 4 club officers trained during each of the 2 training periods. So we have 2 training periods, one from July to December, and we have 1 training period from January to June. So when the district office, when the PQD's office announces that we are going to have our club officers training, also called COTP, the Club Officers Training Program, also called TLTP, the Toastmasters Learning Program, whatever they call it by, make sure that a minimum of 4 officers from your club attend this meeting. The district is always very kind to consider a top-up meeting if you could not attend on a specific day. So if you are unable to attend it on a specific day, do attend the top-up meeting. Here, I would like to report that we have nearly 14 clubs who have not completed their minimum of 4 club officers training. What it means is that even if you attend the next program in January and you have not attended this program, training program, you will not get your DCP point. And that is a huge loss, not only to the club and the district, but to your own personal learning and growth. This is not about DCP. This is not about district. Going to a club officers training program is a commitment that you have made to take on this role as a club officer. And therefore, it is your duty and responsibility to attend the club officers training program and be trained in the role that you have taken or you have been elected to. So a minimum of club officers training 4, and I urge all those who are present here and have not got their 4 officers trained for this term to kindly reach out to their area directors, division directors, district, who will be more than happy to train you so that you achieve this. And point number 10, which is again a very simple DCP point to get. Let's show that, Kanchan. On-time payment of membership dues. Our membership cycle is from the 1st of October to the 31st of March, and from the 1st of April to the 30th of September. Now we are in the renewals period this September, but renewals to get credit for the club has to be completed by the 30th of September. So 8 members, all of you, please listen very carefully. 8 members must renew by the 30th of September so that your club remains in good standing. You are able to take part in the area contests which are scheduled for October. If your club is not in good standing, you cannot take part in the contest. If you have not paid your dues by the 30th of September, your club does not get that half DCP point. So sometimes you feel, oh, we will pay our club dues in October. Fine, you will be a club in good standing in October, but you will not earn that half DCP point because it was not an on-time payment. Now, for those clubs who paid last year in June, May and June, got half a DCP points on their dashboard. But for those clubs who paid for their clubs in July and August, just a month or 2 ago, it shows them as payment made, but it was not on time. And therefore they lose out on that half DCP point. So to everyone over here, please make sure that your payments are completed by the 30th of September so that you get credit and you are a club in good standing and you are eligible for all district activities. And the second is the on-time submission of one club officer list. Now, a lot of clubs which are annual clubs and did not put up their officer list in June after last year's elections have already lost out on this half point. But those clubs that are semi-annuals and will have their elections in November, as soon as your elections are over, kindly upload your own club central with the new officers list so that you get credit for this. With this, I have explained to you how these 10 points can be got. The training and admin really blindly is the easiest 2 points to get in our DCP program, and you should all aim for those 2 points. Adding new members is a challenge, but I'm sure with a little work, every one of you can add at least 4 members, if not 8. And then encourage your members to continue their education program so that you get the education awards. Next slide, please. Okay, this is just a sample DCP from a club of 125 that I have put up. Now you can see the first goal was to get 4 educational, 4 level 1s. The First column shows you the goals. That means how many you require. 4 level 1s, 2 level 2s, 2 more level 2s, 2 level 3s, 1 level 4, 1 level 5, 4 new members, etc. And the right-hand side columns tells you how many you have actually got to date. So you will see on the first line, although you require 4 level 1s, this club has got 12, 11 level 1s in the very first 2-3 months, which is phenomenal. My question to you is, will this club get 3 DCP points because they have got 12, or will they still get only 1 DCP point? Anybody?
1 DCP
Only
point.
one.
Yeah,
Only
DCP.
one.
So it is extremely creditable that this club has got 12 members to log in their level 1s. However, the requirement is for 4, so they still get only 1 DCP point. But the dashboard very proudly shows that they have got 12 DCP points. Then you can see they have achieved 2 level 2s, so they've got another DCP point. They've got 9 level 2s, 9 more 11 2s, but they only need 2, so they've got that 3rd DCP point. They've got 4 new members for their 4th DCP point, and they've got 2 more new members. So when they get 2 additional members, they will get their 5th DCP point. So this was just a sample to show you that as soon as you meet your minimum requirement, you earn your DCP point. It doesn't mean you have to stop. You can always encourage your members to go on and on, meeting accomplishments. Next, please. Next. You can just open up all the FAQs together, and I will quickly ask members one at a time. Somebody can read the first question and answer. Anybody, read question 1 and answer. Okay, I'll read. When does a club qualify? You need to qualify to participate in the DCP program. Every club may not be eligible to participate. So what is the qualification to take part in the DCP program?
Minimum of 20 numbers.
Very good, very good. Shiv Kala, very good. Minimum, you need 20 members. What if you are a club who starts off with only 8 members? Then what?
Then you do not qualify.
Okay, what do you need to do to qualify for the DCP program? You may not be able to reach 20, but you can still qualify if you...
A net growth of 3 members.
3 members, fantastic, fantastic, Abhishek. So if your club already has 20 members, you are going to be entitled to qualify for the DCP program. However, if you began the year with 8 or 6 or 9 or 10 members, all you have to do is to add 3 more members and you can qualify for the DCP program. Okay, I'm already at the red card. The last 5 minutes was for Q&A. So I'm going to run through these questions. How does a club, what does a club in good standing mean? Anybody?
Minimum of 8 members.
Fantastic. 8 members. So everybody, when you go back home, I mean, you are in your homes today, but right from this weekend onwards, ensure that your club has paid for 8 members before 30th September so that you will be in good standing. A club in good standing must have 8 members. Question 3, how many educational awards can an individual give to a club for recognition in the district club program? 1 person, how many awards can 1 person give for recognition in the DCP points program?
5.
5, fantastic, excellent, Uday. Well done. Somebody can give level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4, level 5. That person cannot give 2 level 2s. Okay, so that 1 person cannot give 6 educational points, but can give 5 educational point, contribute to 5 educational points in the system. Because once you have completed a level 2, then you cannot give another level 2 for recognition in the DCP program. Number 4, is a transfer member to your club counted as a new member?
No,
No.
only the new.
Very good, very good. A transfer member who moves from one club to your club in that financial term is not counted as a new member because they've not paid their dues to your club. They are counted as a member of the previous club that they belonged to. Only once they make payment to your club in the new term, either in October or in April, will they be considered as a member of your club. Till then, they are only a transfer member, so they do not contribute to points number 7 and 8 in the DCP program. I'm not going to go through questions 5 and 6 because I think I explained it in detail what we mean by on-time payment. Payments made by the 1st of October and by the 1st of April are counted as on-time payments. If you pay later than that, it is, you will be a club in good standing, but it is not an on-time payment. And I also explained to you what the submission of the officer list is. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. So we have clubs that get 5 DCP points are distinguished clubs. Clubs that get 7 out of the 10 DCP points are select. And those that get a minimum of 9 and 10 points are precedence distinguished clubs. I really urge every one of you to work right from now. We are only in the 3rd month of this Toastmasters year. Work from now, work with your ex-com, work with your club members and plan. It isn't difficult. Make your district director, make your program quality director and your club growth director all proud that you have accomplished educational levels, that you have brought in the maximum number of members that you possibly can, and every club becomes distinguished. Next, please. Can we aim for all our clubs becoming distinguished? I certainly think, yes, we can. And today we have to make a commitment that, yes, we can make our clubs distinguished. Next, please. So let's do it. All of us, let's do it together. And finally, is there another line, Kanchan? Yes, let's make District 125 100% distinguished. Not a pipe dream. This is really not a pipe dream. It is achievable if every one of us starts doing our renewals today, starts making our clubs in good standing, completing our trainings, and aiming for those distinguished goal points. So thank you very much. I hope you have been inspired. I am always inspired and motivated to talk about DCP points because it's very close to my heart. And Jai Singh tells me my 5-minute Q&A is over, but I will take one question, Sanjukta, if that's okay.
I think Pratik has raised his hand. Pratik,
yeah, just one question, and then you can ask questions offline, and I will be happy to answer them and then share it with the PQD office for distribution.
Yes, thank you, Sanjukta. Good morning, Mukta. So my question is about the very first point for the qualification. I did not really understand of adding 3 new members if we do not have 20 members. So if we have around 19 members, say, then what do we do? We can add.
So if you are already at 19, you just need to add 1 member and get to 20. So it is either 20 or +3. So the +3 is for those clubs whose membership is really low. If you're 8 and you become 11, you are entitled for the DCP program. If you are 11 and go to 14, you can be. But if you're already at 19, you just have to add 1 member and get to 20. So it is either 20 or an addition of 3 new members.
Yeah, so basically this 19 or 8 is from the past term as the reference, right?
All right. So now we have to see how many renew in the club, and you have to ensure that you have at least 8 new members for renewal to be a club in good standing. And then if your base is 19, you will have to get to 20, because you have, the base is the indicator from where you start, okay? So if your base membership is already showing 90, you will definitely have to, by the end of the year, by the 30th of June, you will have to reach 20, okay?
Okay, yeah, fine. Okay.
All right, so thank you, everybody. Thank you, Madam PQD and Didi, for this opportunity to train our club officers. And I hope you have understood and will accomplish all that your club can accomplish. Thank you.
I would like to take this opportunity on behalf of District 125 to thank you, Distinguished Toastmaster Mukta. And I'm so happy that you set the foundation of the Distinguished Club program for this district. Without spending much time, we'll just give you 2 minutes of break, all of you. Post that, we'll start the new session. I have already shared the attendance form. Please do fill that up. I will share it once more.
Are we in the break?
Sanjukta, you are on mute.
So I was saying we'll come back after 2 minutes, which is right now at it's 10:41, and we'll come back at 10:43. I'll pause the recording and then we can do our fellowship for this 2 minutes. Welcome all to the next leg. I'm going to call upon a facilitator who in Toastmasters, according to me, is the most human and the most relatable, and hence the biggest mentoring leader that I have seen. Her zeal to keep on learning, she spares at least a few minutes every day to read through various sections of Toastmasters International to gain knowledge on all the nitty-gritties. That's the zeal of self-learning and development. And for that, I would like to welcome our very own District Director, Distinguished Toastmaster Seema, to take us through and start our journey of pathways in a more relatable and efficient way. Over to our District Director, Distinguished Toastmaster Seema.
Thank you so much, Program Quality Director, Distinguished Toastmaster Sanjukta. Pleasure to be here. I'm sure we have many members in our district who can talk about pathways in much better way than me, but I'll give my best because I'm the district director. I have to lead the district in one way or the other. So I'll definitely try to do justice as much as I can. And with that, just a word of caution, I will use slides a little bit, but I'll go to the central more, the website more. It'll be more practical. So if you have any questions when I walk through these slides quickly, just because I know you all know about pathways a little bit, just put your question on the chat. If you want to ask any questions which you're not clear and you don't want me to move forward, raise your hand. So I'll pause there and I'll give you the opportunity to ask the question. And when I ask a question, raise your hand and then unmute yourself. All right, are we clear? Let's get started. Can I get the screen sharing rights, please? Meanwhile, anyone can raise a hand and unmute and tell me what is pathways for you. Yes, go ahead, Rishma.
So basically pathways is it's an educational module which has a set of, projects or programs, to go through and to learn and, to add on value to yourself.
Okay, brilliant. Thank you, Rishma. Anyone else? What is pathways for you?
A structured educational program to improve yourself.
structured educational program to improve yourself. Great, thank you so much, Sameer. And as you see on the screen, it says it's a customized experience for guidance, learning, and our development, right? And this is guidance learning for all of us. Now the agenda, which we are going to do in next few minutes in the top quickly is what is pathways and what is experience that we are getting. So I'll quickly talk about paths, their core competencies and level a little bit. And then the third part, which is how to use pathways, we'll go into the real time experience. I'll go to the website of Toastmasters in Pathways and we'll see what it means for members and then what it means for the base camp manager and club officers. Now, why we have all of you here when we said it's important that all the president and VP education attend, even if I'm talking about the members, it's as an ExCom, as a leaders, it's your responsibility to ensure whenever any member, whether it's new member or experienced member, is in your club, they also understand the same. When we are talking about from the members' point of view, it's for you and for you to ensure it's for every member in your club understand how they can get the best out of Pathways program, because that's why we are here in Toastmasters, to learn and grow through the education system. So anything at any point of time you don't understand or have any question, like I said, raise your hand and ask it. Like Keshma mentioned and Sameer mentioned, it's an experience where actually you get to learn from the structured education program, because there are opportunities to build around 300 different unique competencies. Now, it may sound a little more, oh, how we'll do that? We just give speech, we just do the communication. No. If you actually go to the projects, how it is designed, there are actually different competencies that we all can build. And for us to have structured, our specialized sessions, we have different 11 parts. We all know that. There's all the content is available online. So we can learn at any point of time, anywhere. From the mobile, you can access from your laptops, and you can, store and download lots of material. And what's the best about Pathways? You can always take back and implement into the real world as well. Yep. So that is experience that we have with Pathways. It's why it says flexible way to develop your skills. Can somebody tell me how Pathways experience is flexible for all of us?
It gives us the opportunity to select which particular skill that we want to work on.
Right. Right, absolutely, Abhishek. So it of course gives you the opportunity to choose the path that you want to get expertise on, and you can have multiple paths chosen as well. And then within that as well, you have different levels. You can have flexibility of doing different projects at a point of time. Maybe you may not be able to submit in the random model, but then definitely you can learn and choose whatever you want to learn at any point of time. So it gives you that flexibility. So what does the experience includes? Like I said, there are core competencies, paths, and levels. We'll talk about all of them in detail now. So core competencies, there are 5. These are the competencies that we build. One is public speaking. Definitely that's the one, right? You prepare your project, you prepare your speech, and you deliver. So by default, you're learning the communication, but that's not only thing that you learn. You're not just learning the communication. It's one part is public speaking. Then we all know we are here to become better leaders, right? So you have strategic leadership. There are lots of paths and projects which give a lot of experience and skill set to build in your leadership skills as well. Then you have management. Can somebody tell me, if you're learning to become leaders, why we need management section here to get competency on? Anybody can answer.
I think it is to manage a lot of your levers, for example, time, your knowledge, your interaction, your emotional quotient, so on and so forth, because that's important for leadership.
Absolutely. Thank you, Sanjukta. So along with leadership, you learn management. For example, time management. For example, managing a particular event. Maybe managing your emotions, like Sanjukta mentioned. So there are lots of elements that you learn. So management is also one of them. And then you have interpersonal personal communication that you improve, because you are interacting, you're building teams, you're working with people. And once you have everything put together, of course, one of the competencies that built by default is your confidence. Yes, Mayank, please go ahead.
So an interesting quote about management, or the scenario where management comes, is you always have less resources and more to achieve. And that is the skill of a leader that comes to fore And that is the reason why most of the leadership program have management. And here we are talking about a world-class program like Toastmasters, where we have the management part as well. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Very valid point. And under these competencies, as we understood earlier, there are 300 unique sub-competencies that you build. Once we get into the pathways detail, you will understand. Then paths, how many paths we have? It's 11. I'm not going to ask question because we want to cover an in real scenario. And you see on the right side, there are 11 paths here. And if you see, that is all spread across different aspects that we as a person want to build. There is leadership, there is coaching, there is persuasive influence, there is team collaboration. And if you relate it back to your real world, I'm sure one or the more, definitely more than one would be directly relatable to your work experience or anything that you do outside Toastmasters. And you definitely can learn here and take it back to the real world, as we mentioned. Now, whenever you progress on each pathways, you learn, practice, improve your communication, leadership. You give speeches based on project, not by what you think should be doing. And there's always a lot of material guidance available. Now, some of the projects even have you to, you have to create podcasts, you have to lead people in difficult situations. All of that something we don't learn by default. We have to do practice. We have to prepare a content. When you see somebody preparing videos or podcasts, just wonder how that person has done. All of that is available in pathways for your guidance, and you can prepare and deliver and test. If it works in Toastmasters, you can take it outside and make it even your career as well. All right. So that's the 11 paths we have. And each path has 5 levels. Now, each level has a different set of projects or recommendations or requirements. I'll take a pause here. Is there anybody who thinks this slide may or may not be accurate? Is something wrong with this slide? Just raise your hand first, please. Okay, Abhishek, what is wrong with this slide?
Okay, so starting from last year, the level 1 has changed. So,
brilliant. Thank you so much, Abhishek. So I will not use this slide because this was there from last. This is the new slide that you all should refer. So wherever you see the previous one, it is outdated. And that is point when, Sanjukta ma'am was, Mukta ma'am was mentioning about the adding 3 new members. Immediately my mind said, oh, it was 5, right? And then because sometimes we have experienced members, which is great. And sometimes they carry the old and traditional way of doing things, which may or may not be accurate in outdated, in updated mode. So keep attention there. If when you did your level 1, you might have done only these 3 speeches. Ensure you understand and keep in mind, this is the new. And this is only applicable for those who have selected their path after October 1st. Okay, if you selected your path before October 1st, you will still see these projects in level 1. But if you have chosen the new members who joined after October 1st, or if you have selected a new path after October 1st, then only you will see the updated projects. Are we clear here? And in that case, be mindful that when somebody is saying, oh, I'm giving project 2 from level 1, don't assume it is writing a speech with purpose or it is evaluation with feedback. Understand and check every single time with the speaker what project they're delivering. Okay, so in both the contexts, you have icebreaker, writing speech with purpose, vocal variety and body language, and evaluation feedback. These are the level 1. In level 2, we have 2 required projects. Note down that required project, wherever it is mentioned, it means the specific to the path. For example, if you have chosen dynamic leadership, there will be path 2 projects specific to dynamic leadership in level 2. And then you have introduction to Toastmaster mentoring. Similarly, in level 3, you have 1 pathway specific or required project and 2 elective. There is a range of elective projects available. You can choose any 2 of them. You need to do at least 2. You can do more as well. That's up to you. And then along with the projects, there are roles. You have to serve as a Toastmaster, table topic master, or evaluator before you can finish your level 3. And then level 4, you have 1 pathway specific project and 1 minimum elective project. In level 5, you have pathway specific, 1 elective, and then you have to finish something called reflect on your path. How did you finish your whole path of dynamic leadership, of effective coaching, of engaging humor? And then you learn and share that with the club or the audience. and then you will finish your complete path. Now, when we were talking about TCP, we talked about level 1, level 2. So this is if a member finish all 4 of this, or if they're in path with these 3, they finish all 3 projects. There are 2 speeches in evaluation feedback. Then they can file their level 1. And of course, VP Education or Basecamp manager has the responsibility to file it to the Toastmaster International. So there are multiple levels. Similarly, level 2, 3, 4, and 5. Is there any question so far from anyone before I get to the real world now? Okay, looks like not. So I'm going to go back to the website now, how a member should get started with pathways and how Basecamp managers or the XCOM can guide them. And I have taken now liberty to use somebody else's account here because I don't have Basecamp manager access. And being district director and husband to this Toastmaster, I have taken his login. I asked him to log in. So Toastmaster Sandesh Panga's account I'm using. And for those who don't know, he's my husband as well, sitting in another room. Like we have Sanjukta and Shirish Nadkar sitting in different room and attending this session. So I'm here now. So now raise your hands and answer me. If you are a new member and you have no guidance from your XCOM what to do, what should you do as a new member? What should you go and do as a new member? Let me go to the home page for the Toastmasters. When you are a new member, will you know what you need to do and start your journey?
No,
Yes, no.
I would connect with somebody from the club, at least my vice president education.
Okay.
Or
yeah, or your mentor, the vice president education, or somebody who introduced you to the Toastmaster will understand what you need. So I think we should not let that to happen. We need not to have member go through and understand whom to connect, what should I do and not do. So as soon as you have new member joining, tell them this is what we have in Toastmaster. This is the education program. You will get your login credentials. Once you log in, there are a few things. But do you think we should tell them to log in and start pathways or choose their path or whatever you want to do on day 1? Raise your hand other than PQD. What do you think is the right time to introduce the new member to pathways? Yes, Abhishek.
Yes, we can have an induction session, and in the induction session, we can explain everything about the club and also how the pathway is working, how to register for the pathways.
Okay, and how frequently you will have the induction session then?
Yeah, so maybe after every 15 days or some new members are added, we can have 2 or 3 people together and have this induction session.
Brilliant point, Abhishek. So we don't want some of the clubs, for example, you may do orientations or big sessions in, once in 3 months or once in 2 months. All of that is good for refresher. However, for new members, definitely have something called induction or ensure the new members get a walkthrough. If there's only one member, maybe if everyone has just gone through recently, the VP education or the assigned mentor can take the new member through this process, that this is what we do. They have seen the meeting, they know how the roles get selected, they know how to play different roles or something like that. So they need to choose a path and then they need to start their journey. Now, my another question is, do they give icebreaker without selecting their path, or is it okay to give icebreaker after choosing path or without choosing path? Yes,
Ideally, after choosing path, however, we did have TI website issues in between, so we had compromised and said at least give the icebreaker and select the path because the icebreaker is generic across.
Sure. Great. Thank you, Samir. So definitely, ideally, after choosing the path, because when the member join, you don't want immediately first meeting for them to deliver icebreaker. You make them comfortable, let them attend a meeting, give them a different role to play in the meeting and see how things are happening. And maybe the second meeting, they can do the icebreaker, and they have now 15 days timeline where you as an XCOM, VP Education President has a responsibility to ensure they understand what is pathways, they understand how to choose the path in the right way, and then choose the right path. Now, to prepare their icebreaker, they can of course go and refer to the project if they have selected the path. But if you have difficulty with the website or anything, one of the member of the club should guide and mentor the person to prepare. Sometimes I see people just say, go and say, oh, just prepare your icebreaker. It's nothing, just introduce yourself to the club. You don't want the person to feel, oh, what should I do? How should I introduce myself? Should I write this? Should I write that? Even for icebreaker, they would need some guidance, right? If they don't have access, you can always share the project checklist from Pathways, which is downloaded. Well, they can read through it and then prepare. You know, everyone needs that guidance. You don't let them just say, oh, introduce yourself in 4 minutes. That should be enough. Let's not do that. Okay, let's go through now quickly on the website. So now where should I go? Click to access my path.
Profile.
Profile. This is here. Okay, but I see education program here. Shouldn't I go here?
Education program.
Yeah.
Education program. Profile.
I think recently they have changed. We have to go to profile.
Okay, it's both ways possible. Education program is there. You can go through it. It's a little longer because you come here, you go to Basecamp. You know, you click here, you can go to Basecamp here. It's just that when you go inside here, you have to click again, maybe the second click to go to Basecamp. But if you're a XCOM member, you have a Basecamp manager access. Who all are Basecamp manager? Anyone? Yeah, go ahead, Samir, answer. Who all are Basecamp manager?
President, Secretary, VP Education.
Brilliant. So all three will see these two, right? They will be able to go to this. So for that, you need to come here and go that. So if I'm a member, I can go from here, or I can go to profile, and from there also I can go because it's easy. You know, it's only one access and you go there. So you can do double click under education program or under profile. Both are possible. Okay. Okay. So I'm in a Basecamp now. So in the Basecamp now is where we have all the material available. So if you look at here, this is the Basecamp manager, Basecamp homepage, and they have changed it, which is great. You click here, you access your own paths and your levels and whatever you want to do. You click here, you can access all sort of evaluation resources, which we earlier were having struggles with. And this gives you all the videos and details, how you learn about pathways, what is in there and all. And for easy purpose, you don't even have to click here. You can go here and choose whichever path you want to prepare your next page for. For example, this member has 2 paths, effective coaching and engaging. So if I click here, open my curriculum, I can go inside and see which. So he has finished level 1, he is on level 2. He wants to prepare understanding leadership material. He'll click on launch and start preparing for leadership style project. Once he finish all 3 of them, he will go and finish the level completion. Now remember, until the member finish all the projects and then finish or file level 2 completion, you as a Basecamp manager won't be able to see that he has finished level 1 or level 2. For example, if I say, oh, I have given all my speeches, I've completed my level 2. But my VP education or president or secretary won't be able to see that in the Basecamp manager until I finish level 2 completion, and it will get activated only once 3 projects are completed. Once they're completed, it will get activated, then I'll file it. And then as a Basecamp manager, you'll be able to see in your view, which we'll see in a while. Now, one of the important factor which I want to talk about is, this is one of the very, very important point that you let people know that they have to go inside the project and read what the project needs, because that's where the main learning is happening. I hope I can launch it and just go inside the material, because this is a place where you can actually understand how to prepare for that project. It gives you guidance, it gives you material, it gives you a lot of guidance. There's a checklist which is on here. You assess how you know what you're doing on that particular project as of today. So this is where your real evaluation happen by yourself. Are you able to identify your leadership style? Is it different? You rate 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And similarly, you do that assessment for all the question asked within this. Then you go forward and then you prepare. Here you will have seen that how to prepare the project. Sorry, I think that happened wrong. I shouldn't have clicked there, but then you understand what you do there. Okay. Once you assess, then you will get the material, which is called project checklist. You should go through the project, understand the project, prepare your speech, deliver it. Once you come back, you will have after skill set assessment done. you have before, and then you deliver your speech, you come and assess your after skills, and then you finish your project. That's where you have main learning captured for yourself. All right. This is very important, and ensure your each member understand their project. You go through the project, they do the assessment before and after. That's where the main learning will happen. Now, if you are an evaluator for that speaker, you have two ways. Now, I already showed that in the Basecamp, you can access all the resource material, or anybody can access any material of the resources evaluation there. However, if you don't have that as a speaker, you have evaluation resource in your project, you can download and share that also with the evaluator. So there are two ways you can do that. Now, let me just close this, sorry. Okay, now I'm going to show you from the Basecamp manager point of view. Now you are under the Basecamp, you will go. If you are a president, VP education or secretary, you will see, you will be able to log into the Basecamp manager. Once you go in there, now you have multiple options here that you can look at the pending request. If a member, now whoever finished that level 2, 3 projects and filed their level 3, those requests will come here. You can go here and approve that. I'll click in a while. Another one is member progress. If you go here, there are different charts that show how many members are doing level 1, how many doing level 2. This you can use for your club success plan or your progress, and reaching out to members who are not progressing from a long time, all of that. And then whatever we are discussing today, different videos and tutorials are available for you to watch as well. Now, if I go to pending request, let's see if this club has so they have a pending request. So now the VP education president or the secretary can go and see, understand if it's done, they can file it. Now, let's say they have done it. Now they approved the level here for this person who has filed his level 2 completion. Will we see that on the DCP goal now? That is the question. Should it reflect on the DCP goal now that one person has finished?
It will not until you finish the educational award.
You have 2 steps to do as a Basecamp manager or as an XCOM. One, you go to Basecamp and approve that project. And second, you go to Club Central. You go to Leadership Central, you go to Club Central, and you go to File the Award section. And there you need to choose. There you go to Submit Education Award. There you choose the member name, the award which they are filing, and then only once you do all of that, then only it will reflect in your DCP goals. Okay, now let me go back to the slides and see if we have covered. I know I'm on the red already. So these are the levels we discussed. So how do we use it? So there are lots of tools which are available other than, the TI website material. There are people who have, prepared the material for easy reference and all of that. The first link is the tutorials that TI website has, which you all can watch, whatever we covered today. Then there is a Toastmaster, Karen Story. She also prepared some of the resources for easy reference. Now we know we can go to website and we click on Basecamp and we go to resources and material. We'll get it there. But if you want to choose a path, they can go here. If you want to access all the evaluation resources, this is a link we are providing. This tech will be shared with all of you. Now this particular page, she has prepared all the projects in one PDF, where you have the readout objective that we read as an evaluator is there on the page. When you click on the project, you can go inside and it open the editable resource or evaluation sheet also for that particular project. So it's very easy to use this link as well. So I put in here. And the recent change we already talked about, that research and presentation has been moved as an elective in level 3. And we have got 2 new projects in level 1, which we already saw. So there are other references, other Toastmasters or district have prepared. We have given those references as well, if you find it useful. Then as a Basecamp manager, of course, we talked about, how you can track within the Toastmaster website. And there is this Excel sheet prepared by another Toastmaster again, which is a very good tool if you want to. This is an Excel sheet format of storing all the level progress of your different members, so you can have a one view at one place as well. If your club is doing something already and you think it's working brilliant, share that with PQD office so they can share those best practices with other clubs in our district as well. Okay, level approval process we saw, and we also saw how do we track it in different pages and how many levels are done. If level is completed, then they can file, and then in the next step is with Basecamp manager to approve it. Now, what are the awards and recognition that we get? The badges, every level you complete, you get a badge in the Basecamp itself. You get a certificate of proficiency once you complete the whole path. You get DTM award. I think Mukta ma'am already covered. There are 2 paths that you finish, and there are other criteria that you fulfill to become distinguished Toastmaster. But 2 paths is one of the criteria. So that is also one of the awards or recognition that you get. And of course, you contribute towards the DCP goals. Now, I just want to talk about badges a little bit. So I know as a member, if I finish my level, I'll get my level 1, 2, 3 badges. So there's something within the club also you guys can give to each other. Okay, there are badges available for innovation, collaboration, all of that. So there are 4, 5 badges. So I encourage each one of you to tell this to all the members. If you see somebody in your club is doing a great work, or they innovated doing something, or they're collaborating with everyone, go ahead and give them badge. Small recognition go a long way. So there are recognition that each one of you can do for each other in the club. So use that. Second is evaluation resources. When I am evaluating somebody's speech, I ensure I go to their Basecamp and we can give that feedback in the website itself. I did not cover because of the lack of time. Evaluation resources, we can document, we can take a scan, upload it in the website, we can write it inside the website. We should do that. Because if as a member, I'm able to track all feedback I have received in last 1 year and see how much I've progressed from there, it gives a sense of accomplishment. So have a guidance in your club again that all evaluation should be uploaded to the website either at the same time or can be scanned. They can write it on the diary or paper they're using and scan it and upload it again. As a member, you can do that. You can take the scan and you upload your documents yourself as well. Okay. The commercials, the first path is free for everyone who join as a member. So they get access to Basecamp, they choose their path and go ahead. If they want printed material, you can do that as well by paying extra. From second path onwards, you want to choose the second path, you have to pay $20 fee for that. I'll pause for a second. Before I go, I wanted to show one more thing. And then I'll pause for the questions answer again. So like Sanjukta mentioned, I go to website and go around and see what all is available. There are lots of information, lots of material available on Toastmasters website. It's just that we need to go and access and experience or experiment. So if you see on the Basecamp, which I came, you can access your material here, evaluation resources, other videos. On the right side, you have my feedback, that what all has come to you, or you can request feedback to your club members. If you're given a speech, people have not given feedback, you are requested. You use my badges, what you have achieved so far, and you can save your document in evaluation form yourself here in the My Documents. You can refer to all of that in one go as well. My suggestion to the ExCom would be, have that culture in your clubs that during the meeting, people logging to their website from their phone or laptop, whatever website, and use the website live to give feedback. I think in the past we used to have the chats for writing feedback and give it to the speaker. We should still do that directly in the website. It doesn't take a lot of time. Have that culture that in the meeting itself you log into website, be ready as a speaker finish, go and give the feedback live on the website. So that's what I wanted to cover. I'll take a pause now and see if we got any questions. We are on the red card. I know it was a lot of material to cover as well. Okay. Questions? Any experience anybody would like to share as well? Yes, Mayank, go ahead.
If you can throw some more light on the DTM projects, what can be a good DTM project in Pathway? How to choose a DTM project? There is a general question when people come across for the same.
Okay. Mukta ma'am has done recently. Maybe she can share her experience, what project she did, and how do we go about that?
Yeah, so a DTM project, according to me, is something that is wholesome and something that will not only benefit you in your learnings, but should also, if it's a Toastmaster project, okay, by the way, a DTM project can be done outside of Toastmasters also in your corporate or anywhere in the community. But if you are doing a Toastmasters project, please choose a project that will be beneficial to everybody in the Toastmasters or to a small segment, to your club or to your area, division and district. So my final DTM, which I just completed a month ago, there was a lot of people not giving their proxies to our district director to vote on our district's behalf at the International Convention and AGM. I found that there were hardly 15 or 20 clubs that had given the proxy. And so I took it on myself to reach out to every single club with the help of the area directors and division directors, get them on board. I went through all the details step by step to everybody as to how they could upload their proxies to the club. So there was coordination between the presidents, secretaries of clubs, the area directors. So it has to be an exercise where you involve teams of people and do something for the benefit of the district. It involved a considerable amount of time reaching out, but I don't know the final result, but I think the proxies that SEMA finally received were close to 100%.
Yeah, it was a good one. So, and another way, just to put it simple, do something where it involves team. You learn that team management, you coordination, and have some amount of work for you to do and have some outcome related to it. So don't do something which is, easy to do, or, you don't have to interact with a lot of people. That won't serve the purpose. The purpose of this TTM project is to ensure you have the final, because when somebody say, oh, I'm now distinguished Toastmaster, there are lots of, expectation. We said, oh, this person should be now good in communication, in leadership and all of that. If you are not able to lead and, have something accomplished in a better way, then there is no point doing that project for formality, right? So these are the projects that you can use. Thank you so much. There was another person raised the hand, sorry. Was it you, Jay? Yes, please go ahead. Sorry,
Yeah, so can you show me the Excel sheet that you showed in your, and how it looks on screen?
The Excel sheet? Yeah.
Yeah.
Give me a second, let me open it.
And I have also shared the link where you can download it yourself and check it also in the chat.
Great. Let me open. Give me a few seconds. It will take a minute. And meanwhile, it's important that each one of you have in your club all this, information shared and discussed, how they should prepare. I think one of the important point is people go through the project, read it fully, and then prepare speeches. That will give you the maximum benefit. Sometimes I hear people say, oh, I have to give my speech, tomorrow is the meeting, they take the slot today and they deliver the speech tomorrow. I sometimes wonder how they can do that within, less than 24 hours. They go through the project, they read the project, they understand, they prepare speech and deliver also. At least I cannot do that. Maybe I'm a slow pacer out there, but not doing justice to your project won't help you. We are here to learn and grow. If you want to do things in a hurry, it won't help anybody. Like the ma'am said, it's you have to learn, and then for other people to learn as well from your speech. People are spending their time listening to you, right? So that is important. So this is how this sheet looks like. You enter your club name here, club number, and then you can add all members' name and, go and do the tick marks. They're done, not done. And you can put the path name here. You can put which level they have finished. They have both here. So if somebody's still on level 1 of the previous version, then you can choose this one. Otherwise, you can choose this one. So here you can tick mark and see how the member is progressing. This is the Excel sheet that we showed for progress or tracking the progress.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yeah, cheers. All right. So with that, I'll now post a link on the chat window. We did not have too many questions like we had in the DCP. So I'm putting the question here. So this is a quiz link. Go ahead, you can attempt it now or later or tomorrow, but try to finish and have it go and just see how much did you understand and have this challenge in your club. I challenge you all to put this link in your club, and it's okay if people score less. They always can go and what went wrong, and that we should tell them that they need to learn more. I did not score 100% myself, when I attempted it for the first time. So it's okay not to know everything, but this is very important that if you take the quiz, you will know what you know and what you don't know. So you can walk in that direction. I would like to thank our program quality director, Sanjukta, for creating this quiz, which is great. It is, make you think, do we know everything or not? So there was a question which is very tricky, which I failed. I hope you all don't fall into that trap and answer it correctly. Now we have talked about in the training today. All right. Is there any question before I hand it over to Sanjukta? All right. Thank you so much, everyone, for listening in. I hope you got to know a little bit more about pathways. With that, I hand over back to our program quality director, Sanjukta Kundu.
Thank you so much, District Director and Facilitator, Distinguished Toastmaster Seema. Please do attempt the quiz. And also, we do have a Distinguished Club Program quiz also, which I'll work with Distinguished Toastmaster Mukta to add on her FAQs, and I would be sharing that. All the materials will be available in the district website. The training recording would be available in our YouTube channel. If you have not gone there, please go. We have all the past trainings there, important ones. You need to go there, browse through as your district director does, self-learning whenever you have time. Go through those trainings, refresh yourself. I do that now. With that, we will quickly go to the next segment. Now, we have learned so much about our responsibility as a club president, as a club vice president, education, or even an individual member. What's in it for me? So I would like to briefly touch base also on the PQD office awards, but once I will give you about 5 minutes to finish the quiz. Point taken. But however, this is a district quiz. You can always have a copy and use it in your club. Trust me, it is individual scores, and that is not shared by anyone. It is only with the creator and a few of district officers, very few who should have it. However, you can always make a copy and do it for your club.
And you can reattempt. Like I said, I did not get 50 out of 50. So I reattempted and made sure I get 50 out of 50. So I think that's the purpose. Learning is a purpose. And I don't think Sanjukta will have time to go through all the answers anyway. So Sanjukta, I think it's fine. It's
Yes.
all right to make them copy and then they can share.
Correct. Please do copy and share it out. The more the merrier. It's about understanding pathways. This quiz is not to judge your knowledge, it's to make you think the right way. All the quiz that this district will be putting forward is only to set your thought process right. If everybody or most of you give me a thumbs up, I could go to the awards section. We have only 4 minutes. I'll quickly jump through it. Yeah. Perfect. Let me share my screen in the right manner. Okay. Let me know if you can see my screen. I hope so. Thank you. The first one is the Pathways Star Award. You complete 5 unique levels of any path by 15th of May, and you mentor a new member, and your mentee completes level 1 and level 2 by 15th of May of 2023. You are eligible for this award. And of course, the eligibility is also you complete the Pathways Mentor project, which is mandatory to become a mentor. As you see, the process of reviewing it is also mentioned. This is already shared to each one of you, and hence I will not browse through everything. There's excellence in education, clubs that achieve 5 out of 6 educational DCP points and become select distinguished by 30th April. They get this award. Of course, you have to be a club in good standing, and you are not, if only you are not eligible for the larger goals, which is Diamond, Golden, and Silver Club Awards. The Fast and the Furious. This is a very unique one, and I really encourage all the clubs to attain for it. It's a club that becomes distinguished by 30th of December, which means both the DCP and the membership criteria are met by 30th December of this year. You, of course, get a trophy, and you have to be DCP eligible. The Trend Breaker, clubs having 20 plus members, however, they have been 15 or less than 15 membership base in the last 2 years. This is a motivation for those clubs to strive a little bit more. The Triple Crown Award is a member's acknowledgement and recognition of you being dedicated in completing your projects, and you will get the recognition and the spotlight in all our social media channels. That's what it was in short from the awards section. I think we still have 1 minute. I would like to thank each and every one of you. I have also posted the attendance link. Please do complete that. I see only 32 or 35 members having completed the attendance form. I really would like to thank our facilitators, Distinguished Toastmaster Mukta and Distinguished Toastmaster Seema, for helping out. Last but not the least, all of you who asked those relevant questions, so that everyone in the room has the right set of thoughts to go ahead and make each club distinguished as promised in the session of Distinguished Toastmaster Mukta. With that, I would like to end the meeting, but first switch on your videos. We need to take that photograph, the very compulsory photograph. I would request our district PR manager to do the needful of taking the screenshot for the website also. Switch on your cameras, please. I would also like to acknowledge the presence of our multiple hat-wearing district training chair, Distinguished Toastmaster Beena, who's helped me through many of these quizzes and the content. Let's come on camera, Prathamesh, Rutuja, Rashmi.
So second screen. Yes, we are done, Madam PQD.
Thank you so much. Have a wonderful Saturday ahead, and hope to see you soon tomorrow in an important meeting. Thank you so
I
much.
hope all the president and education have registered for the DCM tomorrow. To see you all in the DCM tomorrow evening. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Everyone.
Bye, everybody. Have a nice weekend.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Anjukta, you want to stop the recording?
I'm trying to.